Thanks for joining us. Abhinandan enjoys travel, is a cards buff, recently was in Thailand and had a blast.
Thailand and had a blast. इस पे थोड़ा डबल क्लिक किया जाए.
I said that statement. Only one person with a particular frame of mind caught it.
He had called me for Thailand recommendations. Did you take all my recommendations?
I only took the for hotel recommendation. Abhinandan's like, what happens in Thailand stays in Thailand.
Our theme today is to discuss India's most amazing super premium cards, which is our most talked about, liked, favorite, or cherished super premium card.
It's like that strong banyan tree rooted in the ground. I bought जोके हवा के.
Did you notice he brought in an acronym of banyan tree? It's not just a metaphor that he relates to, but Accor में उसका favorite property banyan tree है. Magnus Burgundy, probably one of the most wanted cards of 2025, if not 2024.
If there was a list made in the world's top credit cards today, Magnus Burgundy would contend.
Yeah.
ICICI will be the next disruptor. And Bhagwan is like, Tathastu.
You get a 5,000 rupees voucher. Like, point.
My card, my story.
I'll start with a small irony. Magnus was delivered the next day and I bought a car a day before. 80,000 points, all good.
User experience.
Sir, पहले बता देता हूँ, Singapore Airlines is not a bank. Singapore Airlines.
Burgundy private customer is saying, हम जी रहे हैं Axis के राज में. Rapid fire round, where we'll do the good, the bad, the hilarious.
क्या है 10,000 रुपए वाउचर चाहिए नहीं चाहिए मेरे को ताज का वाउचर यार अभी. But I want that chopper, blade chopper. मेरे को I want to go from airport to ECT and then get stuck from ECT to bank.
Magnus Burgundy might be king, but HSBC Premier is your kingmaker.
7 मुल्कों की पुलिस उसको ढूंढ रही है.
कौन सा हो?
Truly exclusive.
Most likely to get devalued by 2026. Predict the heartbreak.
Lights flashing bright, we're on the go. Tune in now, there's so much to know. Earning bits, travel dreams we sow. All aboard the great Indian Points and Miles show. Zero to hero in the blink of an eye. Fly first class, no need to be shy. Redemption sweet, touching the sky. Award seats booked, let's give it a try. Award seats booked, let the points flow. It's all aboard the great Indian Points and Miles show. Unlocking journeys wherever you go. The sky's the limit, feel the travel mojo.
Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Great Indian Points and Miles Show. We've got a very, very exciting theme for today to discuss. We're going to be talking about India's most super premium credit cards for 2025. Like always, we've got Dhimant and Ameya. Dhimant, like you know, has been Fitness Pro Max of late. He started from no sugar in his coffee, but uske baad he will miss the opportunity to earn miles, but gym session miss nahi karega. Kya haal hai Dhimant?
All good man, like आज तो जिम मिस करना पड़ेगा.
Welcome Ameya. Oh, how is FPL treating you these days?
Good. I'm looking forward to the new season. You know, you can optimize a lot over there. So, yeah, getting my spreadsheets ready and hopefully...
So you're in a Moneyball style. Huh?
So, there's a lot of strategies you can use, right? Like, we can get deep into it, but yeah, you can use a lot of probability theory.
For some other podcast.
For some other podcast.
Cool. We have a fun guest today with us. His name is Abhinandan. Abhinandan, thanks for joining us. We met, I think the four of us met maybe a couple of years back. We were part of a meetup organized by someone. Then a few of us went and did our own meetup in Toit, which was like an after party of sorts. That's where we hung out and exchanged a lot of pleasantries. Abhinandan enjoys travel, is a cards buff, very recently was in Thailand and had a blast. Thank you for coming to the Great Indian Points and Miles Show.
Thailand and had a blast. इस पे थोड़ा डबल क्लिक किया जाए.
देखो, I said that statement. Only one person with a particular frame of mind caught it. बाकी किसी ने कुछ नहीं कहा. क्या कहना चाहेंगे आप इसके बारे में?
He had called me for Thailand recommendations. Did you take all my recommendations?
What all did you recommend?
I only spoke about Accor hotels, but yeah, ठीक है.
I only took the Accor hotel recommendation. It was a family trip and remote work trip.
You wanted to start a family or?
Abhinandan's like, what happens in Thailand stays in Thailand.
जैसे 12 बजे के बाद आजकल स्पेसिस हो रहे हैं, वैसे ये पॉडकास्ट 12 बजे के बाद दिखाना पड़ेगा सबको.
This is what happens when you try and record 3 podcasts in a single day. When you start the first one in the morning, the second one in the afternoon, the third one is happening at chai time without chai. So that's the problem. But anyways, so let's get this conversation started. Right? Our theme today is to discuss India's most amazing super premium cards. Let's go one by one and understand which is our most talked about, liked, favorite, or cherished super premium card, whichever. If there were one you had to pick today, let's talk about which one and why. Dhimant, we'll go with you first.
I think I'm going to talk about the Infinia. I think we've spoken about it multiple times in multiple episodes, but I think a no-brainer, 3.3% consistently, without too much of fights with HDFC. I think that's important for me, number one. Number two is it has got an acceleration program, which helps me earn at a certain rate. Although it has its own limits, I think the limits are good for almost 99% of the people, right? And the third one, and the most important part is that it has great burn options, especially the smart buy. So it's a no-brainer for me, right? So I feel that somewhere in the top 5, it has a very strong positioning and it will continue to stay there even though new cards may start disrupting. It's like that, strong banyan tree rooted in the ground. I bought joke, hawa ke, but it stays there. And I sincerely feel I appreciate the consistency. The rate of devaluation also has been consistently slow. It's been there, but it's relatively more palpable. Right? Let's put it that way.
As Dhimant talks about Infinia also, did you notice he brought in an acronym of banyan tree? It's not just a metaphor that he relates to, but Accor mein uska favorite property banyan tree hai.
Oh, it is.
So if you think about it,
property, yeah.
So very well said, I think, Dhimant. What you're saying is it's a no frills card which says that very convenient to use. Visa Infinite platform pe hai. Smart buy is a great option both for earning and burning. Yes. So absolute must have in your wallet. Great recommendation. Deval perspective se bhi protected fairly generously, if you think about it, right? Yeah. Amya, let's come to you. What card do you want to talk about that's super premium in nature?
Sure. So, you have the set of cards which are like, your really nice cards with respect to earning ratios. We've all heard enough about Infinia and Magnus Burgundy, of course, and whatever else. But EPM, first private from IDFC. But I think one card I'll highlight is the HSBC Premier. It's a great complement to all of these. It will give you points where none of these other ones will. So I wouldn't say one single card per se, but I think it is definitely something that is a good utility knife in my wallet.
And I think the redemption options has made it sweeter now.
Oh yeah, of course. I think the Air Miles partners has been a very welcome addition to that. They always had airline partners. They've added more airline partners now, so which is definitely helpful.
I also feel that, like he correctly said, I think it's made an entry into the top 5 for me. It's like if I'm today talking about the top 5-6 cards and that cohort which I want to compare and rank, I think HSBC Premier definitely makes a strong contention point, at least in my view.
Awesome. Let's come to Abhinandan. What super premium card would you like to talk about today that's in your top 5?
So my super premium card would be Magnus Burgundy. Heads on. I've been a Burgundy customer for a long time, like 10 plus years. So I got it LTF as well. The redemption options, the accelerated points that we get, and the conversion ratios is really great. So for me, this would be the top one.
Okay, Magnus Burgundy, it's a crowd favorite as well, right? Probably one of the most wanted cards of 2025, if not 2024, right? It's an incredible card.
I think, I would say that if there was a list made in the world's top credit cards today, Magnus Burgundy would contend, at least for that. Even HSBC Premier would, because it's a global card, so somewhere it also plays in the global scenario. But Adil, what about you? What do you think? Which is the card that you would now put into that list and say, okay, this is another super premium card one cannot ignore?
Tough choice, man. You all have already spoken about 3 incredible cards. But if there were one, I'll go with the like restaurants that are trending, and Japan is trending these days. There's a card that is trending, which is ICICI EPM, Emerald Metal Private. I think very sweet base reward of 3%. And then iShop is working really well. It's like 18% for flights. It's at 36% for hotels. Very good array and collection of gift vouchers. And I think for that reason, Emerald Private Metal. And then you can also get your kids an ICICI EPM.
Correct.
So that's another one. And
यार I feel 3 महीने पहले हमने एक पॉडकास्ट किया था, हमने बोला था कि यार ICICI will be the next disruptor and भगवान is like तथास्तु ले लो
वही है ना, हम बोलते हैं धीमंत के predictions, धीमंत के प्रवचन बोलना चाहिए.
But I genuinely felt that ICICI missed out the party for a long time. It's a great entry, I feel, and I think it will. I don't think the party has just got started. I think Adil on ICICI.
I think what you have to predict next Dhimant is when are we going to get travel partners in the ICICI iShop ecosystem? When do you predict they will add our beloved Emirates, Kris Flyer, Aeroplan, Accor? Hyatt, if possible, can be a game changer.
Emirates, सबके बीच में एक Emirates से डाल दिया, like Emirates, because that's the one you need most badly.
दिल मांगे मोर, क्या करे? दिल मांगे मोर, बताओ.
I already told this in yesterday's live stream. I think the one that we did on the EVOS ecosystem, right? I feel we may have shot ourselves in the foot by getting too many iShop and ICICI discussions. I think the bank clearly knows right now कि मतलब कितने लोग के पास कितने point है. They are also now thinking very hard कि मतलब कब launch करने हैं partners. But I think it's happening soon, for sure.
What is soon? Do you have a window? Let's.
My guess is before September. That's my guess.
September.
Yeah, not before that. I think some. Can't reveal anymore. Yeah.
But I think September is reasonable. कोई problem नहीं. तब तक अपन जमाएंगे ना. We'll earn those points. And then come September, we'll burn those points. So with that, I think we've set context about 4 of India's super premium cards. Do we want to talk about 1 or 2 that we may have missed talking about, which have not been captured in the top 4? So the top 4 that we started with was, you started with HDFC Infinia, Ameya brought in HDFC Premier, you brought in Axis Magnus Burgundy, and then I spoke about ICICI Emirates ICICI Emerald Private Metal.
Is पहला प्यार कभी गायब नहीं होता. I'll tell you. So let's talk about one more from each side. Like I feel that in HDFC, it's definitely the Diners Black.
Yeah. Metal or plastic?
Both. I think let's not distinguish too much in them. Obviously, the metal is better than the plastic one.
Yeah.
Also, because we are talking the HDFC Diners, let's also add BizBlack to it. I think let's not forget BizBlack.
For sure.
Most of the privileges are almost the same as the super premium cards.
So for people who are hearing this for the first time, talk about a little bit about BizBlack, earn rate, accelerators, and fundamentals.
Perfect. I think it exactly gives you acceleration on those categories where HDFC Infinia does not. Think about it as HDFC twin. Government transactions, utilities, and your GST. All of these payments do not earn any points on Infinia. Right, so here you can get 5x accelerated rewards on BizBlack. So, like, if you have Infinia and BizBlack as a combo with you, I mean, I know that they're not issuing it so easily.
Yeah.
Then it's kind of crazy. Like, because you already have 15,000 of Infinia as your limit.
Yeah.
Plus, you have another 7,500 that BizBlack gives on tax payment, GST payments, and utility payments.
Yeah.
So that would be like 2 cards from my end. Like, any other cards that we have missed?
Flat charge.
Plat charge. Ameya, what makes you think of plat charge? What makes it?
Thank God you said plat charge. Otherwise, you said plat Emirate charge. You would have said.
No, it's anyway a great 1-year card for sure, and I think for people who are able to justify it, it can work out. Especially
Strongly disagree.
No, there is a set of people who can make it work.
I think it's a very legitimate way of buying Bonvoy points, if you think about it. So if you're parting away with 78k and you're getting 150,000 Bonvoy points, very well worth it. Same thing, like if you want to fly Emirates Business and you can get 75k Emirates points, it's incredible value for money.
But I'll tell you where my issue with plat charge is, right? Again, I got the card myself, right? And hence can say it's a kind of first-hand experience that I'm sharing. I feel it doesn't contend with the top 5-6 that we're talking about. Uska simple reason is, one, I feel there is a positioning mismatch that happens, right? Okay. What's happening, because there's a lot of people who really need the card, right? They definitely get the card, but a lot of people who probably don't have the same lifestyle are just taking it for the joining benefit, which is not a bad thing to do, but you don't end up using the card. I don't know if it's a very smart move by Amex to do that, right? I mean, there is a point at which you will have to draw a line saying, okay, can I just buy this for the joining benefits? Like if you are that one of those guys who say, okay, there is no other way of buying Bonvoy points cheaper than getting the plat charge, then by all means go for it. Like, let me give you an example, right? Think about what a 69,000 rupee card gives you, right? And the value that you can generate with it. Can you invest the same 69,000 in another few cards, combo of 2-3 cards, which may give you far more better return? Like, at least that's how I'm thinking about it. So,
valid, but वही है ना, different strokes for different folks. वो क्या बोलते हैं, हाथों की पांचों उंगलियां अलग होती है. So, but I think, like Ameya said, it is definitely one of the contenders. Is it number one? I would say definitely no. Is it part of the mix? Definitely yes. Are there others that we want to throw in the mix? Is there an IDFC contender, we think?
I wanted to plus one to BizBlack because I'm personally I pay my tax by myself, so it has been a very good card for the past 1 year. So definitely, if you are self-employed or you have your own proprietorship or a business and you're paying GST and your own taxes, then for sure you should get even if you have Infinia or DCB, you should get a BizBlack.
Right. I think the only card that is missing from the mix is the Burgundy Private now, and the reason I didn't speak about it is because the issuance is very very limited and it's not worth considering or comparing a card जिसका distribution ही शायद बहुत कम है, right? So, like for example, plat charge, if you have a choice of getting it or not getting it, I mean, most cases you will get issued the card if you want it. So, hence, I don't feel it's a fair thing, and you cannot. It's like saying कि अगर हम batsman की average compare कर रहे हैं, you can't take somebody who's played 2 matches in the comparison.
Burgundy Private also you need to have with a combination of Magnus Burgundy. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense.
No, it does make sense, no? Like if you have the Burgundy Private, you still get 5-4. That's the only other card apart from Magnus Burgundy that gives you 5-4.
I thought you need to have it in conjunction with Magnus Burgundy. No, it's not the
case. That is the reserve. That was the reserve at one point of time. Today also it does, but that's the reserve.
Acha. What about, so last year, amongst a lot of fanfare, Axis launched something called Primus.
Oh.
So Primus was this card which was supposed to come with a 5 lakh rupee fee. Plus GST. Renewal was supposed to be 3.5 lakh rupees plus GST. And the features of the card were like, every time you buy a business class or a first class ticket, you get one free, something like that. Any thoughts? Do we know anyone in our circles who has got this card? Do you know if this is being distributed? Do we know if people have got this card and they've started using this? Any thoughts?
So I know somebody was trying to get it. I don't know whether he got it, but I don't know anybody. If anybody in watching this show has a Primus, please drop in your comments. We'd love to connect with you.
And maybe bring you on the show.
Yeah, please,
right? Because we'd love to uncover the benefits of the card.
Absolutely. मेरे लिए
so आपके network में कोई नहीं है. What about you two gents?
No.
It's a unicorn.
Yeah. What I heard is mostly people who were migrated from city, they would be,
No, that's the Olympus. No, that's not the Primus.
Oh, yes.
Does the Olympus make the cut to one of the top cards?
Yeah, purely by the return rates, it does. I mean, I would say it does. So again, if you had to push one more competitor in the mix, it would be Olympus. But again,
would you prefer the Olympus to Atlas?
No, I wouldn't. I think.
So you think Atlas will supersede it?
I think the 5,000 fee and the other cards that I hold, it barely makes it. Like for example, Forex पे जो return है Olympus का, like I can do much better with the Burgundy Private in my case. Magnus Burgundy in most cases with 14%, you don't mind paying the Forex fee of 2%.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. Like, I am fine with that.
Yeah. Cool. So I think this is a good start. Now that we've spoken about the top contenders of India's most prestigious super premium credit cards, let's dive into a section which says, how do we define what makes it to being called a super premium credit card? Is it just the metal factor? I'm sure it's much beyond the metal factor. How do we decipher it? What framework do we use? What's the lens that we apply? Dhiman, break it down for us.
Yeah, so let's do one thing. Let's just structure this, right? What I'll do is I'll give my thoughts on what are the top weightage points for me.
Okay.
And if Amay and you guys can help us put each of the cards in those frameworks.
Buckets, yeah.
Like let's do that. I think that would be awesome. So in my head, I think the way I think about it is number one, earn rates.
Yeah.
How good are the earn rates?
Yeah.
Right. Second is how many redemption options do I have? Right. Second. Third is how is the bank support and the policies around, let's say, contacting customer support, getting things done, because like we have all seen situations where a very good card gets to the drain because of so that's the third one.
Yeah.
The fourth one for me would be like, how do you basically do you have in the reward rate itself miles partners? And if yes, how many miles partners? Right, so that would be another one for me. Fifth one will be luxury options, or like for example, a car travel to airport, right, or whatever, airport transfers. Like, do you have any luxury add-ons, like a golf, for example, right? Those benefits, luxury benefits. This is another one that I can think of, and probably the last one would be the fee. How much ROI can you get out of that fee? Yeah. Probably if I have to squeeze one more in, how easy or difficult it is to get it? Okay. Like, mere mind mein ye, like I don't know if I missed any major one. Yeah.
I think these are the exclusions is an important factor.
Fair.
Very well said. Very well said.
Yeah. Exclusions. Any other point that you're missing?
Largely, I think that is it. If you really want to add something,
let's start discussing.
Yeah, I think these are the parameters. I think if I have to still tier it, Adil, मेरे लिए tier 1 में रहेगा the issuance, earn rate and burn rate, and tier 2 would be the rest of the all. For example, if the earn rates, burn rates, and let's say the issuance is easy, if they are all satisfied, I'm okay to live with tier 2s.
Makes sense.
With the back support, like ठीक है हम तो जी रहे हैं ना Axis के back support के साथ, we are all living with that. But it's because the first 3 points are very well done.
Burgundy private customer is saying हम जी रहे हैं Axis के राज में. Cool. चलो start करते हैं. Earn rates and burn rates. So for earn rates, let's start. Earn rates. Which card do you think? Let's talk about your top card. If you were to
I'm going to keep the score.
there is just one answer for this. It's the Magnus Burgundy.
Magnus Burgundy for you?
No, what? Like, it's not that simple, no? I disagree, completely disagree. Like, आपका Infinia plus iShop, ICICI makes a strong case on earning.
For certain spends, sure.
Same with Magnus Burgundy, you need to hit a 1.5 lakh. Let's talk about average return throughout the year, no? Like, I don't think a 1 month return makes the cut. Like, let's put a framework. तुम 3 महीना AEP कर सकते हो, right? On a 3 month, let's assume that your return is roughly 12 to 13%. Like, is that a fair number? 12 to 13%?
Nah, it's high.
Lesser.
Why would it be higher?
No, your number is higher.
Oh, my number is higher.
Yeah.
10%?
Make it 10%.
10%.
That's fair,
3 months will be 10%, and the remaining 9 months is going to be 4.8%.
Yeah.
We're still talking about an average of, let's say, 6-7%.
Yeah.
It's like my Infinia usage is only for vouchers. I hardly use it for 3.3%.
But that's not a fair comparison either, right? Because, I mean, if I were to use, for instance, an Axis just for flights.
Fair.
Yeah.
No, but you cannot only use, okay, if your argument was that you would use Magnus Burgundy only for 3 months and rest of the 9 months I wouldn't use it, then it makes a fair case.
No, but
when your earning is 14%.
Even I'd say I use it just for flights, my earning is 24%.
I am giving you my actual numbers. Like, my actual number of Infinia for the year would roughly be 14-15% because I hardly use it for any normal spends at all. But my actual Magnus Burgundy returns are probably 5 or 6%, 7%.
But those spends have to go somewhere, no? The regular spends.
We all will use combination of cards. Yeah. Nobody uses just premium cards. At least that's my point.
Actually, you made a good point. I align with your thinking. Like, for example, now that I'm thinking about it, I only use my Infinia for gifter or smart buy.
Yeah.
For normal transactions, it never comes out because it's not my default card.
Exactly.
So Infinia, I think like.
No, he's right. It's sort of fair comparison, but that's the real number that.
No, but wo reality hai. That's how at least maybe you and I have been using the Infinia.
What about you? Like, do you use Infinia?
I use it just for vouchers. It's a pure voucher card for me.
Yeah, I don't have Infinia, but I use BizBlack for vouchers. Mostly, yes.
Like, that's at least my understanding.
Yeah, so, okay. Ignoring burn. Let's just look at earn. Earn ke liye, you said your top choice will be Magnus Burgundy.
I think so. Overall.
Based on your lifestyle, which is fine. What about you, Abhinandan? Your top choice?
Same, it would be Magnus Burgundy because, rent to pay and then there are, education fees for my son and also for that, like Dhiman said, only 3 months if you're hitting, then it's still average. But if you're able to hit it for 6 to 7 months, then definitely.
Are you hitting it for 6-7 months? Like, at least have you got it this year, for example, 5-6 months or like is it?
Yes. I was able to. So then it makes sense.
It's just a no-brainer in that case, right?
Yeah.
But again, I think even iShop and ICICI will start featuring in that high earn rate opportunity.
Yeah, it's
Like,
a contender for sure. No doubts about it.
I think in this section, at least, I would say these three are the top numbers, at least in my head.
So we're saying number 1 is Burgundy. Close number 2 is a strong battle between Infinia and iShop.
Agreed.
And depending on whichever you're able to get, go get that one. It doesn't matter if you're able to get both, why not, right? Is there, so now 1, 2, we have, and 3. So is there a 4 and 5 from an earn potential?
HSBC Premier doesn't even rank in top.
Because there's no reward multipliers, and that's a problem.
Yeah.
Is IDFC in the mix?
I think between IDFC First Private, definitely the terms look very tempting, as is the BizBlack for certain spends.
Yeah. Makes sense. All right, let's come to burn now. In burn, yaar, mere liye to no-brainer hai. Axis Magnus Burgundy.
Yeah.
Because
100%.
a very generous 200k limit a year, which transfers out at 80%, which is 160k miles to any airline or hotel partner you can imagine. From an India context, which in most of our wallets, I think is going to either Accor or potentially if it's an air partner, then you can think about KrisFlyer, Aeroplan, it's all there.
And I personally feel like 90% of the people are going to be happy with the group limit.
Yeah.
I don't think that the whole echo chamber of what we keep hearing, group A limit. I think 2 lakh is a
very
fair limit
It's
for
a very generous
like
limit.
imagine you can do easily 3 vacations of Accor in that limit, yaar.
Oh,
Matlab,
yeah,
why do you want to do more? Like it's not made for people who do 15 vacations.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
made for people, 90% of people do not lie there.
Correct.
So I feel this is an unequivocal winner, at least in my head.
Absolutely.
The only competition I see probably is if there is somebody who only uses for 1-2 partners like Singapore Airlines or like uske liye shayad Infinia comes in the mix. But again, we are talking about a winner, overall winner. So like
For Singapore Airlines, Infinia.
but we can't have like individual miles partner ke liye winners.
But you're saying like it's a special partner 1:1 for whatever
We are
reason.
evaluating the
And for Finnair
diversity
again.
of partners, right?
Yeah, diversity is also a factor.
Diversity of
Correct,
partners, then HSBC comes high on that as well.
So it's a mix of both, no? Because burning में diversity भी आता है, कितने partner भी है, and like how
many points you have to burn also.
Like at what
Yeah, like
rate
it's
you
very
burn.
hard to accumulate that many HSBC points,
Correct.
but they've got great diversity.
Correct. Also, I think the transfer rates are pretty good at HSBC. Almost everything is 1:1, right?
Yeah.
So I would say, मेरे mind में Magnus Burgundy is a clear winner here, like at least in my head.
I'll come to a very important factor now. Customer service. Let's start with you, Amya. Who do you think amongst your super premium cards has the best customer service and the worst customer service?
I think, again, opinions. My opinion, the best is Amex for the plat charge.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, the worst is ICICI.
What's the ICICI?
Not a fan of their customer service at all.
Acha.
I have a slightly different view to this.
Yeah.
Can we also put a factor in which says how many times you need to reach to customer support? Like that's one more point. Like for me, a lot of times there are banks where I don't even need to reach out to customer support. I'm very happy with that. Or I want to continue doing that. For me, that one card has at least been ICICI in my head. I know that it's a bad situation where you have to reach that, but मुझे जरूरत नहीं पड़ी. So at least that's one of the options that I want to put on the table, saying कि can we also evaluate that?
So what you're saying is you've never had to reach out to ICICI for support.
Correct.
+1, I agree.
देर
I have also never.
हो जाता है problem खुद ब खुद solve.
Okay, I have had to reach them a couple of times because
For ICICI
Emirates के लिए.
And what happened?
They took 2 weeks, but they solved the problem.
But that's too much. No? Like he's right in that sense. 2 weeks. Is a little
No,
bit.
but Axis my situation has been worse.
Yeah.
Like it is hard because I think there have been instances where Axis never understood the problem itself.
Bang on.
So that I think is a problem.
If I have written so many emails to Axis explaining the problem, and that is one of the issues that I have, I would rate easily Axis the worst for that reason.
Correct.
भाई तुम समझ तो लो पहले problem. Don't reply to me without understanding what is my issue.
My problem is वो ना template घुसा के चिपका देते हैं. It's like if you are using, somebody is using Freshdesk with a mask on top of it, वो चिपका के आ जाता है. So anyway, so my thing is ICICI, sure, it did take some time, but like if I'm saying if I've had one complaint with them in 3.5 years, I think that's okay.
तो आप best और worst बताओ ना आपका best concept.
Best तो hands down Amex, yeah.
Even after the so-called devaluation of service, because see, Amex has changed
I am
a lot.
charge holder from 2015. 2015 में the support was so legendary. I just called one day and I said, मेरे को ऑस्ट्रेलिया जाना है. And तभी Atlas वगैरह apps नहीं थे, right? Can you help me with Australian visa? No problem, sir. How do I do it? Don't worry, we'll send someone to your office tomorrow. I mean, brilliant. अगले दिन बंदा आया. He helped me apply the whole thing. They arranged for the visa. It was unbelievable. One time I needed help with foreign exchange. The guy came home and delivered the foreign exchange. And my card was charged.
But even the watered down service, is it like still the best among the lot?
I feel there is nobody genuinely understands your problem like Amex does. Like for example, if I have a merchant that I'm not sure about, the only card I will use, eyes closed, is Amex Plat Charge. Because agar kuch ho gaya, I can call them and say, yaar, this is a problem. They will first issue a statement credit and then they'll fight it out. And more often than not, they'll do it. And there is a certain degree of trust. I don't know why. But customer service, nobody does like
I like Amex because Amex is one of those few people जिसको तुम अगर if you're having a bad day, just you call Amex, they'll make you feel so good. Thank you so much, sir. यार इतना अच्छा मत आदत नहीं यार तो इतना अच्छी बात करने का they stop.
वो genuinely अच्छा है यार. Like, in terms of customer empathy, nobody has customer empathy.
It also speaks a lot, by the way, about how their employees must be treated.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely feel that way. Ki only that can reflect how they speak to consumers. Like at least that's what I feel.
Just day before yesterday, I was sitting with a banker. Let's not name the banker. He said he has only one regret in life. I was like, what? He said, I quit American Express.
Oh.
I'm like, why that regret? And he said it so emotionally. बोला क्यों?
I was there.
सर इतनी अच्छी कंपनी है ये, इतनी अच्छी कंपनी है. And he listed down all the benefits. And he said, look at where I am currently. It's a disaster. And the poor guy was sitting with me for 45 minutes. He got at least 8 times he had to silence his phone. And all of them, his superiors calling for targets of the day. They're bad. So I think like bang on. They probably have amazing employee care and a great employee NPS as well. But
बताओ मसाला बताओ. What about the worst? Rate your worst.
worst to Axis. Yeah.
बताओ.
Yeah, Amex for me.
Actually, no. Sorry, I'll take that back. HDFC is the worst, in my opinion. I have had multiple unresolved queries with them. So HDFC is the worst.
I don't think we'll come to a consensus on the worst. That's the problem. Okay, what?
That's okay, but these are individual opinions.
Rank कैसे करेंगे सर बताओ.
For me, Amex has been the best so far. Although it's my first year with Amex, but I don't even have to call. Like even 2 or 3 times I just have done chat points. They'll issue the points immediately. They'll resolve the query to the perfect answer. Right? That I have not seen.
The worst.
That I have not seen with anyone else. Whereas like my current troubles is with Axis. 3 of the service requests being pending for more than a month and a half. So.
Perfect. No, I think nothing. I'm not surprised. So I have had multiple issues with Axis, and I agree with it. If Adil is ready to swing back to Axis, then we can go ahead and give the.
नहीं यार, HDFC has troubled me way too much.
Let's do one thing. We are agreeing on Amex as the best. Worst, let's take people who are watching this podcast comments and see where we land. We'll rank it after people get comments because we are not able to agree on one thing.
अभी तो अमेया का सुनना बाकी है.
सुना ICICI. He said.
I don't like ICICI service.
We say ICICI.
Terrible.
Axis and HDFC. Let's vote. Chalo. Next. What's the next?
ठीक है. Let's talk about another one that will be fun. User experience and app experience. बताओ.
Sir, पहले बता देता हूँ. Singapore Airlines is not a bank. Before you start Singapore Airlines and say Singapore Airlines.
Emirates भूल गए.
नहीं बट SQ is अलग. मतलब उसका अलग. You start with कि A380 is amazing.
अभी तो रुको, मैं M गैलरी शुरू नहीं किया हूँ अभी. M गैलरी का जैसे बात शुरू करूँ ना, एक नया बंदा आ जाएगा टेबल पे.
I'll go first. ICICI is my favorite. I'm not rating the worst. No, only the best one.
Best and then the worst.
Okay, ICICI is the best for me. I think I love the tech. I think you can maximum number of things you can do. You can issue add-ons.
It's beautiful. That app flow of add-ons.
Perfect.
It's amazing.
You can change billing cycles. This is the only bank that allows you to change billing cycle on the app. I don't know if you guys have done it. Seamless. Choose your date, put it right then. 30 seconds you get an SMS. Your billing cycle has changed.
Also very generous with credit limits.
Yeah, the credit limits are like at one point when I had the Sapphiro, I mean, I never used it. My credit limit kept increasing, and finally I got EPM of fayda ho raha hai. So like that's works. Worst user experience, probably till the latest update was HDFC.
Yeah.
My biggest gripe with HDFC is I cannot see my online card. I carry so many cards that I want the card to be available digital to me. Axis can do it, this can do it, ICICI can do it, but this card cannot do it.
Yeah.
So now I think they're trying to do it with my card section and everything, but maybe it's for security they feel, but today I think the kind of number of cards we carry, it's very hard to carry every card. So for me, it would be ICICI and HDFC.
Experience wise, right? Like while I don't have a super premium from them, number one, I would say IDFC is excellent. I love
good,
their,
huh?
I love their online infrastructure in general. From a pure user experience lens, I'll actually say Axis. I like the way they do their app. It's good. It's easy to use. It works out well.
So your favorite is Axis, the best one.
Amongst the super premium ones, I think Axis.
Yeah.
What I do not like is HSBC. There's an absolute lack of transparency in that app. You can't figure out what's going on, what not. Very limited access.
But do you think ICICI would be better than Axis would be better than ICICI in the app experience?
I think so. Purely from the experience angle, I think so.
One place where I would diss Axis is that the amount of times they keep changing their app is very frequent. Like ICICI has been stable. For me, the ability to go and predict कि वो वहीं पे होगा, same thing. Like for example, service request raising is very easy on ICICI. You raise a service request, you track it. The way you pay bills, for example, in Axis, I have a other issue that I see. The credit card bill shows up. It keeps showing me that your bill is unpaid. But the moment I click on the card, it says your bill is paid. So there are multiple issues that I have seen on the Axis card. I think they are in the right direction though. I do like their app, but I think still ICICI holds
ICICI, I mean, I still find them quite buggy a lot of times. They ask me to do a KYC multiple times when I've done it. I don't know what's going on. And it looks like a Sarkari app, which at the end of the day. Yeah.
What about you?
Amex, best one.
The app.
Yeah, the app is like seamless.
Agree, hands down, best.
Yeah, and
But number of things that you can do on the app is less, no?
सब कुछ क्या करना है? वो सब कुछ तो है.
Like for example, the moment you click
Rewards transparency उससे अच्छा कौन देता है बताओ?
fair.
And if you don't feel like talking, Amex chat like he spoke about is brilliant.
Yeah, the chat option on the
Chat
app is
is
brilliant.
insane.
Like it's almost like you're talking to a real person, and there's no difference between calling them and like they will never tell you कि ये काम करो आप call कर लो. Like मैं हूँ मैं कर दूँगा. You don't need to call anybody.
Correct.
yep.
What else do you like about Amex?
Yeah, chat and the transfers or even the milestone, like oh you have so I have Plat Travel, so this much is remaining for your milestone, and then okay, finally your date is coming up, and when do you need the Taj voucher and everything. So
So that actually is an issue with ICICI right now. I cannot. There's a milestone benefit with EPM. I cannot track it, and there is no way to track it. Surprisingly,
you the only other way is you have to go back to the statements and total.
I'm not going to do that. Let it come as a
No,
surprise.
the other thing that he also spoke about is a very important point. He said ease of transferring miles. Amex mein na, you just go move the slider, enter the CSC and it's done.
I agree.
And the whole interface is very smooth.
The only-
आप एक्सेस में करोगे बहुत clunky है.
Agree.
EPM तो आया ही नहीं है.
Agree.
And then HDFC तो it's hard to do on the app. You have to go to the desktop version and do it.
The only thing I would probably urge Amex to add, and again, I don't know if it's a security thing, is the card visibility feature. Like I use that a lot. Like for me, I miss my cards a lot when for example, there's a place where I want to use my gold charge, but I'm not carrying my gold charge today. So like that becomes an issue for me. That is the only gripe I have. Otherwise, I think it's mostly. What about you, Adil?
Amex the best, HDFC the worst.
I think then let's
Because
agree on
worst, I missed speaking about the worst. Like, okay, HDFC, you were saying app experience. Do they even have an app? Is my cards an app or it?
For the largest period, the problem was that if you moved your device, you have to first deregister from the earlier device. In this world when people are changing phones every 6 months, ask me to deregister, it's a big pain, man.
No, I think it's a little arrogance kicking in. Like you need to adapt to things. You need to give that good experience. I don't think
It's a market share problem. I think it's a market share
Yeah,
problem.
so it's the arrogance that's coming with that.
But I think let's agree. I'll swing my vote to Amex. I'm fair with that. I think it's okay. Let's go with Amex as the best partner. And worst, probably we have a unanimous decision. So
Is it going to help you retain your plat charge this year?
no. By the way,
फिर काहे का वोट यार?
Amex,
ये तो टाइम पास का वोट हुआ.
sir, I have 2 LTFs from Amex, and that's my only portfolio now.
Plat travel.
Plat Travel and
Gold
Gold Charge. No, MRCC.
MRCC.
Everything else closed.
Let's talk about card acceptance and exclusions. I'm bucketing both together. Card acceptance, I think Visa, Master obviously is the best. Diners and Amex tricky sometimes, but would love to hear from you.
What is the category? What category are you talking about?
Card acceptance and exclusions.
दोनों अलग अलग है ना, लेकिन I don't think it's
अलग अलग है. एक में कोशिश करते हैं घुसाने के लिए. So obviously the easy answer is that Visa and Master are easier.
Tier 1.
Very simple.
Tier 2 diners.
Tier 1 is Visa and Master. Tier 2
diners, no?
Diners and Amex.
Third.
See, Tier 2 domestic diners. Tier 2 domestic, Tier 2 international will be Amex.
Yeah.
Diners will become Tier 3 if you look at international.
Perfect. Then we have a unanimous winner at least. Unanimous winner is Visa Master cards.
Yeah.
ठीक है. Then let's जो Visa Master cards है उसको exclusion पे rank करते हैं.
Yes.
Let's do that. So we have Magnus Burgundy, we have Infinia, we have HSBC.
तो winner Magnus Burgundy है.
नहीं, exclusions अभी तो exclusion आएगा ना. Exclusions पे Magnus Burgundy, how can it be winner?
क्योंकि
It is a maximum number of exclusions.
नहीं, but still
HSBC Premier is
HSBC Premier is the winner. No, HSBC winner is
एक्सेलरेटर नहीं है ना उसपे.
We're not counting accelerators right now.
विदाउट एक्सेलरेटर फिर फायदा ही क्या है कार्ड.
अरे but like this. He doesn't want HSBC to be.
No.
सर देखो.
Sir,
देखो एक मिनट. मैथ में हमारा सबसे फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट है मल्टीप्लिकेशन. एडिशन माइनस में साला किसको मजा आता
Sir,
है.
right now I'll tell you the score. We have Amex in 2 categories winning.
हाँ जी.
Axis in 2 categories winning already.
हाँ जी.
Let's move on to
ठीक है, चलो तो ये आप रन करो. लेट्स सी. आप ये
HSBC Premier, Axis Magnus Burgundy, and we have ICICI EPM, and which was the fourth one? Infinia. Which is the most
BizBlack
least.
escape.
हाँ, नहीं BizBlack तो निकल गया ना. Diner पे वो.
अच्छा उसको निकाल दिया.
Visa and
Exclusions कौन सा है सबसे ज्यादा? सबसे least किसमें सबसे?
I think HSBC.
HSBC is the least
clear
easily.
also.
And Axis would be the worst, I'm guessing, on exclusions.
I think
Infinia,
Infinia more than Axis.
Really?
Yeah.
Infinia पे एजुकेशन पे मिलेगा.
Actually, no. Axis is probably worse. So the thing is that Axis helps you with rent.
यार मेरे लिए कॉग्निटिव लोड का प्रॉब्लम है. एक्सेस में हर बार बिकॉज दे कीप इट चेंजिंग सो ऑफन, यू टू कीप थिंकिंग कि मतलब इसमें
Which is why we have the great Indian points and
I think winner clear है. Winner is basically HSBC Premier in this section at least, and loser worst would be probably Magnus Burgundy. Although you can earn a lot.
Okay.
Although you can earn a lot. आपकी feelings को मैं hurt नहीं
नहीं,
करूँगा.
feelings नहीं. बोला अगर is there a way you will give up your Magnus Burgundy?
No.
खत्म.
सर
I rest my case.
अभी फाइनल विनर अनाउंस नहीं किया ना. रुको ना सर. लाइक फाइनल अनाउंस बाकी है. कस्टमर
इसमें वो गया. रुको जरा, सबर करो.
that meme. Do we have any category left now?
I think we've gone through most of them.
Fees and
let's talk about annual fee versus benefits.
ROI on annual fee. Best versus worst.
I think it really depends. So let's look at it this way. With EPM, with Infinia, with
LTF, ये Magnus Burgundy तो infinite return है ना, because it's LTF.
That is because it's LTF for you, all of us. But right
35,000.
Right now, if you have to pay 30K plus GST, I think that's too much.
35
plus GST is too much money.
Yeah.
The other three are pretty much what you pay, you get. At least.
So let's do one thing. No, let's say what you pay, what you get in return as the joining benefit,
Right.
and then add how much ROI you can make over the period, right? So Magnus Burgundy 35. Do you get anything in
You get a
exchange?
5,000 rupees voucher. Like pointless. But you can make that up, potentially.
यार you can
नहीं, आपने उसको already
10x.
rank किया है, लेकिन earning में आपने earning में already वो factor in कर लिया है.
You can 10x that number in a year easily.
But you already factored that in the earning potential, no? In the 14% that you earned, you already. So here we are being unemotional about how much you paid and how much immediate gratification I got. Immediate gratification.
Okay, so LTF मिला है तो no brainer. LTF नहीं मिला है तो
No-brainer.
Again,
No brainer,
don't get it. Yeah.
Where joining benefit चाहिए तो नहीं लेना है.
like only for earning benefit.
I think Infinia, for anyone, if you're getting an Infinia, you should get an Infinia.
No, it's
It
not
doesn't
ranked first, but that's not the point. We're ranking on best ROI on.
I will think if you want to rank on ROI, I would put HSBC bottom. I mean, Magnus obviously we did it.
How HSBC 12,000 भर के तुमको सामने ताज का वाउच नाइट.
10,000, but that you get in EPM also. But you get in a few more points from EPM.
No. So okay.
एक मिनट. EPM तुमको 14,000 रुपए में, which is 12,000 plus taxes.
Yeah.
14,500 रुपए में he'll give you a free night at the Taj.
Yes.
Points.
He will give you 12,500,
Exactly.
which is equal to
That's
12,500
great.
cash.
It's one of the best
He'll
ones.
give you the Easy Diner membership also.
Yes.
और उसके साथ और कुछ मिलता है?
नहीं, that's
I think that's it. So
I think that's
in
the best.
terms of annual benefit ROI, if you want just to get the card, ICICI.
So if you were to ask one card जो मैं पूरा साल यूज नहीं करूंगा लेकिन लूंगा, it will be ICICI.
EPM.
Yeah.
I'll not use it ever.
Next on this
क्योंकि
line,
वो
I'll still
free
put
night का ही
Infinia
value-
because you can still use up the point.
Sorry?
Between Infinia and HSBC Premier,
Infinia, easily.
you get how many? 10,000, 12,000 points, right?
I think 10,000 points for 12,500 fees. But I mean, it's better than a voucher, is what I'm saying. You have flexibility. with
HSBC doesn't give you any points.
HSBC doesn't give you points. It just gives you a
ठीक है,
voucher.
तो HSBC is the worst and ICICI EPM is the best among the lot.
ICICI EPM is the best. Yeah.
Yeah, but Magnus Burgundy is the worst, ideally, मतलब among the lot.
हाँ, so Dhimant, in your calculated approach, let's crown the winner here. Who do you think is the crown jewel?
यार अब तो लग रहा है सुन के कि मतलब एक्सिस एंड एमएक्स में स्ट्रॉन्ग बैटल है, लाइक इट्स लुक्स लाइक अ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग बैटल,
कौन सा कार्ड गिव अप करोगे, कौन सा रखोगे, ये बताओ, उसमें समझ में आएगा.
आई टेल यू हाउ आई एम गोइंग टू डिसाइड द विनर, यू गाइस कैन एग्री और डिसएग्री.
अगर तुम एक्सिस को नहीं बनाते हो विनर और किसी और को बनाते हो, वो बर्गंडी सरेंडर करना पड़ेगा आज.
सी आई टेल यू,
मैं अमिताभ चौधरी को बुला रहा हूँ.
सर फ्रेमवर्क बहुत सिंपल है. हमने पहले ही रैंकिंग स्टार्ट करने से पहले वी हैड डिफाइंड टियर 1 फैक्टर्स एंड टियर 2 फैक्टर्स. टियर 1 में था अर्निंग रेट,
या
burning rate, and it was your fee, easy अपने easiness to get वाला we still
वो
left.
छोड़ो ना, फाइनल रिजल्ट बताओ.
Access easily,
Burgundy.
easily access Magnus Burgundy easily.
Worst.
Like, worst, I think among the lot that you described, looks like HSBC falls at the bottom.
But let me put it like this, right? Like, you know, we all, living in India have seen plenty of politics commentary. Magnus Burgundy might be king, but HSBC Premier is your kingmaker.
Agree. नहीं, but see, very very fair point. But I like the way I put it. अगर आपको genuinely, if you see the amount of unhappiness that people have about access, right, is coming also from the expectation they have set with people, right? कि मतलब people are expecting so much out of it.
Genuine pain. See, access is great till the time it's working for you. लेकिन जिस दिन तुमको सदमा लगा, or if you have a problem with them, then God help you.
So let's do one thing. Let's ask each one of us one simple question. Which card you are not ready to close at this point of time?
Access Magnus Burgundy. End of story.
Access Magnus.
I don't think there's any question.
Which?
Yeah, Magnus Burgundy easy.
You got the answer. No?
End of story. Yeah.
It's same for
So
everybody.
number 1 is Access Magnus Burgundy.
Which will you ready to close now among the lot that we discussed? If you had this card, one of those cards which we discussed, you don't have HSBC Premier, so you cannot say that.
Yeah.
You have Plat Charge.
ये इतना स्ट्रेटेजिक क्वेश्चन है ना, ये गौर से देखो इस इंसान को, कभी पॉलिटिक्स में नहीं लेना इसको.
I think this
ये
is
खा जाएगा
among the
सबको.
lot
This is such a strategic, क्योंकि उसको पता है कि मेरे पास ऑप्शन नहीं है, and I'll have to say the card that I really like, I'll have to close it.
बताओ कौन सा?
नहीं, इसका जवाब ही नहीं.
Among the lot,
ये मैं होस्ट हूँ, मैं डिसाइड करूंगा.
you have which cards? BizBlack and Magnus Burgundy among the lot we discussed.
Yeah.
That's
it. Lot we discussed. Yeah.
Infinia नहीं है, Premier नहीं है,
No.
Diners Black नहीं है,
No.
Plat charge you have.
Plat Charge you have.
Plat Travel.
Plat Travel नहीं काउंट होता. बताओ ये दोनों में से कौन सा क्लोज करोगे?
Okay. If
No, if answer.
Why? Which one will you close and why?
as of today, I'll not close any of them.
No, you have to close.
That's why we're asking
Let's ask this question.
ये धर्म संकट है.
Okay. Tough. Very tough.
अरे सोचो यार, ऐसे सोचो कि ऐसी धर्म संकट आ गई कि फीस कम करना है, एक सच में कार्ड निकालना है, ऐसा सोचो. मतलब बताओ एक आंसर बताओ.
Devalue हो गया. Anything.
Whatever. एक बताओ.
BizBlack.
Big one.
You'll give up between BizBlack and which one?
Magnus Burgundy.
So that's an easy one.
Good one.
That's an easy one.
Decent one. Considering that there are no miles partner, I think most of us would have chosen
Exactly.
around that
My
one.
partner. Yes.
अकॉर नहीं है सर, आपका 2 into 2 हो ही नहीं सकता. आज तो सब लोग रैंडम. आई रियलाइज वन थिंग बाय द वे, ट्रैवल एज में हमको भी ट्वीट करना चाहिए कि 48% रिटर्न है, 24 नहीं है. मतलब क्या मजाक चल रहा है. एवरीबॉडी इज ट्रीटिंग पॉइंट्स एज कैश दिस. बताओ आप कौन सा क्लोज करोगे अमंग द लॉट that you have among
Among
this
the
list?
lot that I have,
Which one will you close?
I think EPM.
EP will close.
You won't close Premier?
Plat charge if it counts.
हाँ, Plat just counts.
Yes,
This is why आप समझ रहे नहीं हो यहाँ पे एक आदमी एक ही इंटेंट लेके बैठा है.
No. So
दुकान बंद करनी है इसको.
let's put it out like this, right? So
No put out. This is a question. Yes, no question.
oh, it's clear for me. I will close out plat charge.
Why?
After that,
Why?
I don't get any incremental value from there. See, in probability theory, there is the concept that we call Bayesian probability. What it says is that given a certain situation, you need to count. Now, given the situation I have Magnus Burgundy, what is the next card I will retain? It is no doubt HSBC Premier. My closing order, if I'm holding Magnus Burgundy,
No, why
So-
HSBC Premier? I'm curious.
because of the exclusions, because on top of Magnus Burgundy,
You can add
what
1
is
lakh of
incremental
taxes.
value that all of this is giving me?
इसने BizBlack बंद कर दिया, इसको बहुत जल्दी HSBC Premier अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा अब.
Why can't you just apply for BizBlack again?
No, that's a smart. No, what he said is मैं BizBlack बंद कर दूंगा, लेकिन I'll find something which can fill taxes and you will get HSBC Premier. So Plat charge is the easiest one, and then you would close ICICI EPM.
Probably, yeah. My order is going to be first close plat charge. Then I will close EPM. Then I will. It's a tough call between Infinia and Premier, but I'd still say
Infinia just for the fact to brag कि मतलब किसी और सेलिब्रिटी को ट्विटर पे नहीं मिल रहा, वो लिख रहा है कि मुझे नहीं मिल रहा, तो एटलीस्ट यू हैव इट. लाइक दैट्स व्हाई he'll keep it.
I don't care about bragging. I don't care about what anyone says to me. But yeah, I think it's a close call. But I feel that if push comes to shove, and with the condition that I am holding Magnus Burgundy, I will likely close the Infinia and then Premier.
I have all the cards that we discussed minus Plat charge, which I've already closed. So my next choice would be HSBC Premier, because I would not close BizBlack. I would close HSBC Premier, like among the ones that I have at least. HSBC Premier. Anyway, it doesn't rank as the top card anyway, so I'll close it. Like I learned it from this episode and I decided to close HSBC Premier. App is not that great. But also like just on a very, like it's not like it's a surprise coming up, Adil, but honestly I think it's a fair call, right? If you put it all the factors put in today, even with all the negatives that exist in the Axis ecosystem today, it's among the best cards out
It
there.
is the best out there.
Can't deny it.
It is like there is the undisputed king, I would say.
Yeah, and see, the beautiful part is that in the Axis ecosystem, there are ways to complement the best card that you hold.
Yes.
Right? In ways in which you can, like for example, the moment you add a Atlas to your Magnus Burgundy, you are 2x more powerful, right? So like that's what I feel that ecosystem works well.
Well, that ecosystem, I'd argue the HDFC ecosystem is even more powerful if you can hold up.
Infinia plus BizBlack.
Infinia plus
Oh, deadly combo.
But I would still prefer Atlas plus Magnus Burgundy
For the sheer earning rate,
for the sheer earn potential.
there will be...
Because the only thing I think about BizBlack is if I am an entrepreneur or if I have insane amount of taxes to pay.
taxes, utilities...
If that's not the case,
Yeah.
I'd rather spend on Magnus Burgundy and Atlas and have two earn currencies.
Sir, but problem ये है कि दोनों के exclusion similar है. That's my worry. In this, the exclusions are
They complement very
each
well.
other. That's why
But
it's a deadly
exclusions
combination.
उतने ज़्यादा है नहीं if you think about it.
है ना, utilities है. आपका
Utilities Amazon पे solve करता है.
fair.
But with Axis, how will you get Amazon Pay? I mean, Magnus
Yeah.
Burgundy itself, AEP. That's
उसके लिए है ना दूसरे
हाँ,
cards.
EP में ले सकता हूँ. No, it's a fair point. I think like जैसे
Like Deeman's strategy, right? He said that he buys Amazon Pay vouchers
On AEP.
On AEP.
Yeah.
So ले लो.
Yeah.
14% is not bad.
yeah, if you don't abuse the system, for example, if you buy 10,000 every month from Amazon itself,
Yeah.
if you are in AP, whichever
That's a
month,
smart thing to
perfect
do.
है वो, like it's
Just-
perfect.
yeah.
They don't want you to abuse it. If you use it smartly, I think. By the way, one more recent understanding that we got at least is that you can also use the ICICI EPM to fund your Amazon Pay wallet in emergency situations. It doesn't give points for utilities, but you can load your wallet. Amazon wallet.
Sorry, didn't understand.
ICICI EPM gives points for load wallet of
Oh, really?
yeah, pay wallet.
That's an amazing thing.
Then utilities is solved, right? By that, I mean, you may still not get 17% that you get via,
Exactly.
but at least आपको 4%, 3% तो मिलेगा.
हाँ.
So that's another
Sahi.
big one.
Cool. I think this was a fun section. Let's come to the next section. All right, the next section is called My Card, My Story. Here, what we'll do is each one of us will go through one of our favorite super premium cards and share one story where we use the card to the max and what was the kind of experience we were able to get with that card. So let's talk about the earn possibility and then let's talk about where we used it to burn or redeem and have a great experience. So Abhinandan, let's start with you.
Okay, so Magnus Burgundy,
Yeah, Magnus
my
Burgundy.
premium card.
The only left card that you have है, because BizBlack top ने वापस दे दिया.
So, irony. I'll start with a small irony first. Magnus was delivered the next day, and I bought a car a day before via credit card. Via credit card. So,
What credit card did you use? To buy?
Select. I had access Select, so I used.
Oh, you bought a car on Select and it came the next day. तो एक दिन होल्ड नहीं कर सकते थे.
But you bought the car with Select or no?
Bought the car with Select.
Points तो transfer हो जाएंगे ना.
Exactly. So.
अरे मजे ले रहे हो हमारे बंदा.
यार ये तो फीलिंग हर्ट कर दिया.
80,000 points. 5-4. All good.
No, 1,60,000 points. एक और में convert करोगे तो.
So where did you send those points?
Yeah. So then I'll talk about in the redemption section. So that was the beginning of the
It was just
Magnus.
like Shagun था, right? Shagun.
Almost missed Shagun, you can say. So yeah, after that so most of my redemption from Axis is, so we went for a family trip to Australia for a month. We all
For a month.
yeah.
How awesome is that?
So
Because your brother lived there. That's
yeah,
why
my brother lived there, so we thought
तो अकौर के भी पैसे बच गए फिर तुम्हारे.
okay, Accor के तो नहीं बचे.
तो नहीं तो फिर लॉस हो गया. 80,000 ही मिलेगा अब तो.
So
लॉस हो गया.
Accor के तो नहीं बचे because sister-in-law worked in Accor, तो she's like नहीं, you book revenue 50% off, miles बाद में खर्च कर देना. तो उसने पैसे बचा ली.
उनके भी टारगेट हो गए.
50% off.
हाँ, employee.
थोड़ा फोरा की जरूरत ही नहीं है इनको.
Yeah.
ये तो है अपना ही है हेरा.
Asia Pacific employee, so they
अच्छा.
give like family and friends or so.
You are my friend. You are my friend.
Family and friends. वो मिलेगा क्या 50%? No, सही में मिल सकता.
Family and friends, I think it's 30%.
Yay!
ये मत भूलना कि आपको मैग्नस बर्गंडी का आइडिया मैंने दिया था, लेकिन हेल्प किया था. भूलना मत वो.
ये वही हो गया ना.
But
वो
this
पता है एक मिनट. वेलकम पिक्चर देखिए आपने. भगवान का दिया गया सब कुछ है. दौलत है, शोहरत है, इज्जत है, इतना रुतबा है, कोई बैंक ना नहीं बोलेगा. बस एक बर्गंडी प्राइवेट.
A disclaimer: she's not in Accor anymore. But if you have friends and
पतली गली से निकल
family.
ली है. पतली गली से निकल ली है ये तो.
This guy is like the bank exclusions. हर जगह जो हमको चाहिए ना वो निकल लेता है उधर पतली गली से.
So yeah, that was once we went to Australia for a month. So used it on United, our redemption via United, like Singapore Airlines and Thai Airways from Bangalore
United,
to Sydney, and then the
This was
excursion
before the
per-
United devaluation had happened.
Yeah.
So talk about the specific flights. Talk about the points that you spent for that redemption.
So if I remember correctly, for three of us, the points that we spent was 252k miles on United. The flights were Bangalore to Bangkok to Sydney. Then from Sydney to Brisbane there was an internal free excursion flight, and from Brisbane to Singapore via Singapore Airlines, and then Singapore to Bangalore basically.
Brilliant, no?
So and this was my first redemption.
And this was business?
No. All of it was economy. Yeah, 3 people.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So it was a long journey, and this was my first redemption. So I thought to keep it simple.
So you experienced Thai and SQ both, which is really good.
Yeah. And then after that, this gave me confidence that okay, this whole Magnus Burgundy or points or credit cards, all of these things work. So then last year in October we went to Thailand again for almost a month. Then I spoke to Dima.
वहाँ पर भी कोई brother रहता है?
So but then had accumulated enough Accor points. So all of the hotels, 5 places we stayed from Sofitel to.
So all 30 nights in Accor.
Yeah.
Did the suggestion?
Dude, so are you like what? Diamond के ऊपर का level?
No.
What are you?
It was first Accor, so we became gold, right?
But you would have got all 30 nights ka status.
Yeah.
Obviously, we got.
You are the customer that Accor wants.
But I am the customer that Accor doesn't want. Everything was but using points. At the end of the day, you just pay like 150 rupees or 200 rupees, and okay.
So did you do the M Gallery that we discussed?
Yeah, we did. M Gallery. that was a
This is the Avista?
Avista Grand.
Avista Grand.
Avista Grand was
Coral
the,
Beach.
that was our end of the
बेस्ट पार्ट इज वहाँ पे 3 मैनेजर है, all 3 are Indians.
Yes.
Like मस्त लोग हैं, like ऐसा लगता है कि हम इंडिया में ही आए लेकिन फुल थायराइड के मजे ले रहे हैं.
Exactly.
Like,
So that was our
very
last,
nice.
our trip back. So it was really good. Sofitel was good, and
Sofitel was Krabi.
yeah, Karabi. That was also really good. So yeah, this was all Accor. And in the flight in this trip on the Thailand was using United. I was very comfortable in planning the redemptions and all. So the onward journey was onward, and the internal journeys were all on Thai economy, but the return was on the business. So this was the first time we tried, like, okay, let's do business.
That was the first business redemption.
Yeah, first business.
How did you feel when you did that?
Talk about the points. Talk about the experience.
I think in this trip, the overall points was 198 something.
For?
The entire trip for 3 of us.
For 3 of you.
Yeah.
So it should be, you flew SQ or Thai?
Thai.
You flew
Yeah, Thai.
Okay.
Because from Bangalore to
Direct flight.
direct flight, right? So we took that. Yeah, first business redemption was really, especially we have traveled all the time, always in economy, and then suddenly, okay, wow, this is it. It doesn't just look different. It actually is a different experience. So for sure, once in
How old was your kid when you did this?
2.5. So we so I'll say he's lucky enough to experience all of this.
Imagine a 2.5-year-old has his own seat. How powerful. Businessman. Think about it, right? कुछ कभी अंदर कुछ हुआ कि 6 महीने पहले जाता तो सिर्फ 2 लोग की टिकट लगती.
और ये भाई ये इनके हर रैपिड फायर में एक ही क्वेश्चन होता है, विंडो या आइल. हम गरीब आदमी, मैं मिडल आंसर देता हूँ हमेशा. लाइक यू नीड टू अडेप्ट योर क्वेश्चंस टू
बर्गंडी प्राइवेट होगा गरीब आदमी.
देखो अब तुम इसके लिए जब क्वेश्चन पूछोगे बोले विंडो या आइल, मतलब 2 ही है और कोई ऑप्शन ही नहीं है वैसे.
So that's what we did, right? When his birthday, on the exact day of his birthday, एक दिन पहले for 5 days we went to Maldives ताकि उसके टिकट के पैसे नहीं लगे. So we did that also, but yeah, you're right.
So अच्छा.
He's so proud of it.
So
Optimizations, micro optimizations.
तो थाई के बारे में बात करो. What's it like flying business in Thai? What was the plane you flew? Do you remember was it like in Boeing? Was it an Airbus? And then what was the seating configuration like? Did it recline fully? What was the food like? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so it's our first experience, and so far we have only done one. Maybe once we have flown few more times, then I can compare. But the focus was on the experience rather than the data points. But it was Boeing. The seating was fully reclinable. Like I cannot imagine, like how can in that small space, how can they actually make you sleep like flat. The food was also amazing. One thing that we missed was because it was a business class ticket, they also gave us a lounge, and we were there on the lounge for like almost 6 to 7 hours. So we already had enough food, so we couldn't focus on food in the flight. But yeah, that's a
very exciting question that I मेरे मन में भी हमेशा दुविधा होता है. When I'm flying business है, like लाउंज में खाओ या एयरलाइन में खाओ, because खा तो उधर नहीं सकते हो.
Exactly, खा तो नहीं सकते हो.
तो ऑप्टिमाइज करो.
क्या तुम्हारे तरह के मैं ब्रेकफास्ट भी नहीं करूंगा, लेकिन वही दोनों खाऊंगा.
फोकस. लाउंज में भी क्या खाना है? लाइक सिंगापुर एयरलाइंस की लाउंज में जा रहे हो तो उनके वो प्रॉफिट रोल्स होते हैं.
ये देखो, इसको बोलते हैं
चॉकलेट के ऊपर होता है.
Exactly.
भाई वो खाने हैं, वो मिस नहीं करना.
Food में micro optimizations.
अगले दिन मैं पहले दिन डिनर भी नहीं करता और नेक्स्ट दिन नाश्ता भी नहीं. एंड देन when it hits, फिर
no wonder, like, so we went to a trip together in Singapore, and he was like, I almost felt he was proud of me because मैं इसको प्लेन से बोल रहा था कि मुझे बच्चा कॉफी जाना है, and he was like, ये बंदा है अपने लाइन का. Because for me coffee is the same. Like I have to go somewhere, I have to try one coffee, I will try that coffee. So
see, the winner was not the coffee at Bacha Coffee. The winner was the croissant at Bacha Coffee. So he has these छोटू croissants, Bacha Coffee. इतने croissants होते हैं और अलग-अलग flavors में होते हैं. वो पहले तो दिखते ही इतने खूबसूरत हैं. Then he makes them nice and wafery hot and gives it to you. And then when you try and he slices it into 2, that crisp sound just is another feeling. And then when you bite into it, man, it's epic.
it's an emotion. The way they serve the coffee.
Exactly. Yeah.
They serve a coffee in that orange signature cup. They will give you a candy stick. You don't put sugar. The candy stick you have to put inside so that the sugar melts.
Yeah.
Right. Then they will give you vanilla cream at the side. You take the vanilla cream from the spoon and put it inside, mix it, and then you have the coffee. I bet you not, like anybody who goes there, you will not want to mix that all. Like इसको ऐसे ही रखते हैं, इसका फोटो खींचते हैं, इसको
It
ऐसे
looks
रखते हैं.
so good.
पिएंगे नहीं इसको.
It's theater right in front of you.
And if you buy the cold coffee, they give you a glass straw, which is you can carry home, and it's like a souvenir for you. Like, trust me, amazing.
Also, the bags that they have for bacha coffee that they give, they're so pretty looking bags.
Oh, I have evolved from my mother. You know, she used to keep all the dabbas. I keep all the straws in my house, like the thali of bacha coffee. Evolvement hui hai, but I'm also in the same league.
So yeah, this was the Thailand story, and and then earning, right. We recently bought a house, so Magnus Burgundy again. It's a good, like, because of the accelerated points. It's a good earning story.
So how much did you pay by Magnus Burgundy? Tell me, like, how many points did you earn, and like what was the? I know that you had some issues, and talk about those issues, and if there is some suggestion for how you should handle such a situation, like I would love to hear that. Would love to hear that.
So the first starting point would be when you actually, if you're planning to buy a house. House is a very, very big spend as compared to even, like, I would say bigger than luxury car as well, because a house is like for a lot of people, it's a forever thing, and it's a once in a lifetime thing. And then for smaller things like Amazon Pay and all, you can do optimizations, and you have multiple ways to do it. But house is something very big, so you have to pre-plan it. You have to first talk to the builder or whomsoever you are buying it from. Do they accept cards, and how do they accept, and what are the charges, up till what limit is the free. So for us, in our case, the first 10% was free. So I was like, okay, why not? Let's try this as the first payment. So in that, the most important thing is you have to, because it's a very big payment, you have to make sure it cannot go wrong. So just do a failed transaction, or do a quick phone call to Axis and ask them for a very small payment, like 1,000 rupees or 100 rupees, and say them that, okay, what is the MCC code? Will I get points for this transaction or not? And if they say yes, go ahead. If they say no, then figure out your alternatives, or plan for your backup cards or backup options you have. Always keep a backup option. Always keep a backup card, because in case of house, the payment is big enough, so you might not have the credit limit that is way too big. So you might have to carry multiple cards, and always check out for, like, do they accept MX, diners, and all. In our case, like, they like upfront said, like, Amex we will not accept, and if you are too keen on doing it, we will charge like 1% extra or for that
So
the
did
fees.
it go right for you, or did it go wrong?
Yeah. So it went right until the.
So you used your Magnus Burgundy for the first transaction.
But the day that email came from Axis, when it said ki you can only use AEP till the credit limit, he messaged me a snapshot, like almost like a dancing emoji. He didn't send a dancing emoji कि भाई मैं बच गया, मेरा तो निकल गया.
So it went well until like the 3 transactions, but on the 4th transaction the mishap happened. So in all the previous 3 transactions, I was always getting the points. Right, I always check the MCC code also, and in the 4th one, even though I am a pro now, I was like, okay, let's see. Anyways, it is giving me. Why would nothing will change in behind the systems or in the back end, right? But this changed the MCC code to rent. And now, yes, 6513.
We know what's coming.
6513 rent. So I had to pay 2.2% extra to the builder, as well as now, because it is rent, I have to pay 1% plus GST extra to the access as well, and then 3,000 points. That's it for such a big.
Damn.
So is there a way to vilify that transaction and go to the builder and say, can you reverse that transaction?
That there is a possibility, but I did not go to that deep level. I tried calling Access. I tried calling the finance department of the builder. I told them, okay, what has changed? When can you give me a screenshot? Can you, so that I can use that as a proof? But nothing changed, right?
So most likely it looks like a scenario where the builder changed the payment gateway or something of that sort.
It looked like the payment gateway. Because it was online, like on the app, right? So payment gateway behind the scene had changed.
Exactly.
MCC, right? If it would have been a machine, a card machine, then it was a very, highly unlikely scenario because
You had done that.
Machine is like a static thing, right? Whereas payment gateway, like any payment gateway, be it CC Avenue and all, they might change it, right? You don't know, right? What's happening. So yeah, because I have burn hands, I would recommend everyone to just do small transactions first.
So now what happened after that? Your next payment was made by which card?
I haven't done any next payments yet. I did one more. I used BizBlack. But again, I verified and
BizBlack में मिला points?
yeah, BizBlack.
base points.
BizBlack and Atlas. So I didn't use Magnus Burgundy. I used
BizBlack we also get the milestone. So that's the
Atlas
beauty
पे
part.
मिला तभी?
हाँ, Atlas पे
तो
मिला.
फिर Atlas पे मिला तो Magnus Burgundy
Atlas
पे
में
क्यों
rent
नहीं मिला?
that same thing, I don't know why, something would have happened there. So
So you're saying Magnus Burgundy flagged it as rent, but Atlas did not.
okay, one difference was because of this, I actually went to their office and then did the
Swipe the card. We changed it.
Yeah, so
that was smart, right? Because
But
of the
then you
milestone
can-
benefit मिल गया.
But then you should have
Access
again tried the Magnus Burgundy for a small transaction on that machine and tried, nahi? Or that was too much of a risk or too burnt your hands.
no, like Atlas, as he said, right? As Adil said, Atlas and those have similar exclusions. So
So for his next payment, for your next payment,
Yeah, I will
you
try.
go and swipe the Magnus
yeah,
Burgundy.
and now we have a category based.
Yes,
So
yes,
so that is something. I have to
कहानी में
figure out.
नया एक twist है.
नहीं, but what he can do is he can do a 200 rupee transaction, let that go through,
Yeah,
see if
थोड़ा
he
सा.
gets
See, me and
points.
Amay were discussing this. Is a little tricky because the discretion on category. See, every MCC code is defined by a
No,
category.
but you get the points in 2-3 days.
No.
So you'll know whether it will
No,
go
what
or
I'm
not,
saying is, well, it's a fair way of doing it. But I'm also saying that my point is कि वो rent तो classify नहीं हो सकता. Because if it becomes rent, you can officially go and fight with Axis saying कि यार ये rent नहीं है. Assuming you have time to fight with Axis. That's a different problem altogether. But with such a big transaction,
Yeah,
you would want to
exactly,
take
right?
that fight
Okay,
up, right?
14% is like huge, right?
Yep.
No, but it is that Axis's discretion what to categorize it.
It's a little not too many
It's
stories.
a little
have
bit
come
of a
out.
grey area. So
Yeah.
best
और अभी
to-
थोड़ा टाइम भी हुआ नहीं है तो कब this policy is very recent. Like to best to hold and watch, wait and watch a little bit.
Yep. So best thing is like do a small transaction. Since you're already speaking to the customer care, just tell them to send you an email that what is the category in the current scenario or previously what was the MCC code, and so that you have a email, like a safe email confirmation saying that you will get points or you will not get points, so that at least you know what's your next plan of action. So this was one of the sad or sort of burning hand sort of story.
But first 2 installments में you made more than enough. तो इसमें कुछ side नहीं है.
Plus the गाड़ी. Plus the गाड़ी.
नेट तो भाई ने गाड़ी लेके मचाया.
तुमने अगर गाड़ी नहीं लिया होता सिलेक्ट पे, मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ कि तुम्हारी जो घर का पॉइंट है उससे ही गाड़ी आ जाती है. If it allowed. It doesn't allow.
Yeah. But at least गाड़ी लेके समझ में आया, right? The ecosystem and all.
Yeah, the
So
way
that
I
was-
am hearing this, and I like, for me, because actionable is on people who are seeing this show, I feel that a lot of questions again come to us, all of us on DMs, right? कि मेरा घर का plan है, I have a big spend, should I take the Magnus Burgundy or not? I think there's only 2 ways of thinking about it. Answer is yes in both cases. Even if you have to, for example, marriage is a very simple use case, right? If you're getting married, आपका 10-15 लाख का खर्चा है, I would recommend pick it up, use it for at least 1 year, redeem it, get it done with. If you're not eligible for whatever reason for Magnus Burgundy, start with a Magnus, still a much better
और
scenario.
an Atlas is great too.
Atlas also, but again, सामने जब 14% दिख रहा हो, तो like you don't want to
फिर
settle for maybe
7% मिलेगा ना, लेकिन Atlas में भी blended average 9% तो मिल जाता है.
नहीं 7 नहीं मिलेगा ना. मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि आप Magnus ले लो और बाद में Magnus Burgundy पे शिफ्ट कर लो. Like that option is still open. I mean, it can be fixed at any point of time, but it's still open. Like people are doing it. So that is a good option. अगर worst case you get stuck with 7%, which is not bad.
Yeah, and this is what I recommended to one of my close friends as well, who also recently bought a house. I told him right away, get this card until your house is there, keep it, and then if you don't find like it worth the fees, right, annual fees that you are going to pay, then just why not? For me, it was LTF, so I'm just going to keep it. So that was the earning story. So have accumulated a decent while. Now the problem is what to do with those miles. How do you spend those?
ये प्रॉब्लम हमको नहीं है. आप ट्रांसफर कर दो.
मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ ना, ये क्लासिक उदय शेट्टी प्रॉब्लम है. चिंता
एक
मत
काम
करो,
कर, सर,
भगवान
सर,
का दिया गया सब कुछ.
मेरे पास आइडिया है. इसको सिग्नेचर प्रोग्राम हम दिलवाते हैं, फिर ये हमको ट्रांसफर कर देगा पॉइंट्स.
So you were saying, oh,
कितने ट्रांसफर अलाउड है साल में? सिर्फ एक ही आदमी को कर सकते हो. ये क्या है?
so yeah, you were saying like 2 lakh limit is like generous enough for most of the cases. But for me, because of this, the capping and all, 2 is like, one shot it goes to a car, so there's nothing left what you do. So trying to figure out Group B.
ITC, Group B, great option.
Yeah, we recently went to Mahabalipuram. Over the
30 दिन ऑस्ट्रेलिया हो गए, आप 30 दिन कहीं और कर लो.
ITC great है, I think.
Maratha, you're going to Bombay, no?
Yeah.
Bombay, Maratha, like perfect. Every day dinner in a different restaurant. एक दिन पेशावरी, एक दिन दमपुर.
ग्रैंड भारत बहुत सही जगह है यार. मेमेंटोस बहुत अच्छी जगह है उदयपुर में. So ITC है, करो मजे.
अगर कंपनी
Before ITC gets devalued.
Yes. So ITC is something. Then maybe like if some other good redemption on Qantas.
Qantas is great.
we actually done like covered a good part of Group B redemption in one of our Axis episodes. I think like amazing options there. Like
Cool. Amya, let's come to you.
Of course, in front of all of this, we all fail. So
और कितने घर खरीदेंगे? इसका पीछे का स्टोरी हम नहीं बता सकते, people समझ जाएंगे.
But so HSBC every year, typically, at least last few years they've done it, they run an offer. There is a spend-based offer that they run typically end of the year. Now, it's not like I was able to use it to the max extent, but some people have. So the offer roughly works like spend X amount, and there's a tier weight system depending on your spends. You can get anywhere from, so I believe last year's offer was 5 lakhs. You are getting, roughly 2% extra, 10,000 rupees Amazon Pay voucher. And then I believe it was 20 lakhs and 30 lakhs were the next two. For which you're getting iPhone, iPad, and then some Make My Trip voucher. There's some, 3-4 tiers like that. So I think that worked out really well for me. I had a big tax outlay coming through. 5 lakh spend, 1% charge to the government, little less than 1%, 0.85 plus GST. And in return, what do you get? You end up getting like essentially 3% miles and 2% in Amazon Pay. Amazon Pay, anyway, it's useful for your bills. And those miles also, now with the extended list of partners, if I do need to prop up my Japan Airlines for a future trip, I have too much alcohol to worry about. So
I was just trying to make fun of the whole situation.
But so I think it's a 5% return. It's reasonably healthy. And I do know some people who were able to make use of this offer to even get themselves like a free iPhone. So not for everyone.
This guy told me about this offer 5 days before the offer expiry. So thanks for that. For the next year I'm
Oh yeah. I mean, at least if trends are anything to go by, you will get the offer. Unfortunately, the downside is that HSBC has introduced caps with respect to how much tax spend you can put every month.
But BizBlack बंद कर दिया तो 75,000 का जो BizBlack है उसपे 1 लाख का लिमिट HSBC प्रीमियर में है, तो that's sorted. By the way,
एक मिनट, कोई कुछ बंद नहीं कर रहा है. ये डिस्कशन के लिए था. There is no chance he's बंद करोगे anything.
मैं मतलब
जान दे दूंगा लेकिन BizBlack दे दूंगा.
वो गाड़ी आने के बाद और घर खरीदने के बाद जो इनसाइट्स मिली है ना, लाइफ में कोई कार्ड बंद नहीं होने वाला है. अब तो ये सोच रहे हैं कि और कौन से ले.
ये सोच रहे हैं बीवी के नाम पे BizBlack कैसे ऐड किया जाए. But by the way, there is strong indicators that they may start a reward multiplier program, HSBC, so which makes it a very lucrative. I may regret if I close that card.
No, for sure.
Please continue.
No, I think that's that. So essentially 5% earnings, and I think a very
Japan trip you want to gel ka convert it for gel.
Yeah, I mean, whether I go to Japan again or gel is a great program for doing a lot of your redemptions anyway with the distance-based mileage program. So if I do transfer it, that's where I'll put it. Yet to be seen.
आपको आपके एक घर से दूसरे घर पे जाने के लिए, तीसरे घर पे जाने के लिए एयर इंडिया के टिकट चाहिए होंगे. So like you can book for that.
Cool. आपकी स्टोरी पे.
Mine one is BizBlack is the card. I have only used the BizBlack card for paying utility bills and my taxes. And collected fair bit of points. I think 1,20,000 to be precise, because it doesn't have any major miles partners minus Singapore Airlines, and Singapore Airlines is largely funded by Infinia points. So I did not use it for Singapore Airlines, and I'm glad I did not. So what basically happened is my dad was not keeping well, and there were multiple Bombay trips. So every time I had to book in a very short notice my trips from Bangalore to Bombay. Now beautiful part is that Air India has that connectivity. So for me, it's very simple. यार, just go. Either look at the Air India availability. अगर Air India का availability है, just transfer the points from Axis and use them to book the flight. But in most cases, because my travel was very in short nature, I would never find those tickets. The only ticket I would find was the 21,000 ka business class, which I don't find it worth on that 1.5. So I just booked the revenue ticket, go to Smart Buy, and actually what happened is not only the 1,20,000 points, I actually used 38,000 points only for Bombay, Bangalore, to and fro. Right? I did some 6 trips, including 2 by my wife. And I also got the Smart Buy vouchers for doing the milestones. Right? So which means that 2 of the tickets were actually free apart from the 6 that I did with revenue. Like, it's a lifesaver. And guess what? I have, in whatever 30% I paid back, I got another 5x multiplier on that. So like I would say the infinite return card for me has been BizBlack. I'll give you a very classic example. First year free card, no fee, did not pay anything. Straight away 90 days में आपने एक milestone किया, आपको एक voucher मिला. I think Taj voucher. Right, I use it for a massage because that's not the Amex voucher. It's a multi. Taj में normal leg massage करवाया, clarifying. Thailand नहीं गया था. फिर and after that every month you're just paying what you need. There is no force spending, right? So that's why I love the card. No force spending, no force redemption. All that you need, everyday spends, everyday burning. Like, that's my story. And I genuinely, we don't talk about a lot of these stories every day in our redemption. Vietnam was largely, sure. I think Infinia points and Axis points put together, Magnus Burgundy plus Infinia, largely we had a plan to go to Vietnam, me, my wife and my kid, and I transferred exactly 258,000 points to fund the business trip, 2 ways for all of us. And unfortunately, we cancelled and had to go to Hong Kong. Amex points were super handy. Moved the Amex Cathay and all that. And then this miles remained. So I had to go to Singapore to sign a document, extended my trip, did a solo trip to Vietnam, got a 43K ticket straight to Vietnam via Singapore, entered via Da Nang. Da Nang to Hanoi did on Flying Blue 5,000 miles. And back to Da Nang from Bangalore again, I did on 26,000 miles because that was the super promo. 26,500.
Spontaneous escape.
Spontaneous escape bhi nahi. The 40%. This was spontaneous escape. While going, it was one of them was the 40% sale. I think it was while coming. 26,500 is the 40% sale or something. I think some sale. So amazing redemption. I think ability to be able to take these spontaneous trips only happens because you have these powerful cards. See, again, answering a very difficult question that is going to come after this episode, right? Should I aim to get one of these cards? And me and Adil were just discussing this before the episode. If it's your first job, if it's your first 5 years in working, concentrate on skill building, concentrate on primary income, save a lot of money for your future adventures. Don't hurry into it. Like we've spoken in multiple of our episodes, regalia gold se start karo chahiye to ya whatever, right? Don't worry about this this is more for information how this could power your, and like Adil always keeps saying, right, कि मतलब अपने स्वाद अनुसार कार्ड अप्लाई करिए. Don't be enough over to do that, right? So
वो और एक है ना मुहावरा, दिखाओ पे ना जाओ, अपनी अक्ल लगाओ.
It was actually ad, I think somebody made.
I Fevicol का code है. Was it Sprite?
Sprite.
I think Sprite.
Yeah, Sprite.
Cool.
Your story.
My story, I think Infinia example is last year when
or maybe you can talk about a flat charge story if you have, because like हम तो किसी को flat charge की story हमारे पास है नहीं.
Same. I think flat charge predominantly everything transfers to Emirates, but last year I did need Chris Flyer because I was going to Singapore and group पे तो खत्म हो गया था Axis में. So
this was an F1 trip or the other trip?
No, this was Japan with my wife. So we booked business which is Bangalore, Singapore, Japan. And return में I was able to get Haneda, Singapore first class 2-seat. Sorry, it was business only.
Oh yeah, remember we were following up with the last minute to get the upgrade.
It was initially business only, nahi mila. So it was Haneda, Singapore, Bangalore on business. So return trip business tha. But I was very, very keen to try the Singapore first class. And for some reason, availability was not there. So I kept checking every day, eternal optimist, nahi ho raha tha. Now it so happens that I am sitting in Osaka and my wife wanted to go to Dotonbori that morning. And we were like, chalo, nikalte hain. And just about to leave to Dotonbori. And turns out that 2 seats open up. And they open up from not Haneda, but from Narita to Singapore. And that flight was in the evening. My flight was in the morning, which means that I will miss my connection. Right? So I was like, I told her that some work has come up. Because you don't want to tell your wife कि मैं first class try कर रहा हूँ और नहीं मिलेगा. Because then you'll get one.
ये record हो रहा है.
हाँ, उसको पता है. So I told her some work has come up. You go to Dotonbori. We'll coordinate. I will meet you. Figure out where Wi-Fi is. We'll track and then we'll meet at a designated location. But I need 2 hours. 2 घंटे के पहले तो मैं नहीं मिलूंगा. She said okay. She went off because she had to shop anyways and I was not interested in shopping. मैं लगाया phone Singapore Airlines को and I was like okay. There is this scene. What do we do? So first I had done my homework and checked कि वो later on flight which I wanted to move in Singapore. Luckily 2 business seats were available. So I knew कि later वाला तो solve हो जाएगा. अभी initial वाला I didn't know if first will allow cancellation last minute because the flight is like in some 16 or 17 hours. So I called Singapore Airlines and whoever that customer agent was, she was amazingly sweet. She said, sir, हो जाएगा, but I'll have to check if your connection has availability. मैं वो मैंने कर दिया.
भाई ने सब देख लिया.
ये flight number है, ये time है, ये availability है, मेरे पास miles है, तुम देख लो. And she said, yes, we'll do it. It took me 1.5 hours with her on the phone. And my flight was changed from business to first class. And then the second segment stayed in business. It was changed. Barely any changes in fees. Hardly some taxes. Maybe some 1,000 or 2,000 rupees I must have paid. But it worked.
But the flat charge wala came in handy because you had to instantaneous transfer.
There you go. एंड वही सर अपनी लाइन है किसी चीज को शिद्दत से चाहो तो वो हो जाता है टाइप से.
अभी ऐसा वो कॉन्सर्ट होता ना तो आप खाली पहला लाइन बोलते सब ऑडियंस चिल्लाती दूसरा लाइन.
No, so I think for those reasons I think Amex is magic. The second reason is like if you keep persisting and you keep looking at it and you keep tracking, who would have thought last minute pe available hoga and you would be able to snag not 1 but 2 seats. And obviously if you're married with someone for 16 years and you surprise her and say that I didn't tell her till the time we actually made it to the airport. And she's least interested in boarding passes and all of that.
He was served ramen and he served brownie points, scored brownie points.
No, so obviously took her, went straight to the first class counter. And she's like, hey, we are going here. Hey, come in.
Hey, I think next time idea है वो वीडियो बनाता है ना Instagram पे से कि वो पास हो रहे हैं like this is your seat. And you're crying, oh, this is my seat.
नहीं, वो सब नहीं होता भाई. वो तो तुमको साला
500 के followers.
तुमको लाउंज में ही पता चल जाएगा. तुमको चेक इन पे ही पता चल जाएगा. No wife is so dumb that she'll not know. Right?
Acting होती है मतलब अच्छी acting होती है.
But anyways, when you got access to the first class lounge and they're serving you ramen a la carte, तभी पता चल जाता है कि भाई ये हो गया तुम्हारा types. And then I had to disclose कि she was worried about the luggage. तो तब मैंने उसको डिस्क्लोज कर दिया कि भाई डोंट वरी अबाउट द लगेज 55 किलोज लगेज लेके जा सकते हैं. सो देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम.
I'll tell you Adil's worst nightmare. Adil's worst nightmare है कि तुम फर्स्ट क्लास लाउंज में एक्सेस मिल गया लेकिन डिमसम आउट ऑफ स्टॉक है. That be his worst nightmare.
My only regret was I didn't get to fly out from Haneda because I believe it's a much better airport and the lounge is much better there. But no regrets. Just the fact that I got it was amazing. ठीक है. What we'll do is I want to do 2 rapid fires before we wrap this up. So let's get to my rapid fires. What I will do is I will ask one question and I want each of you to respond in this order. So Dhiman goes first, Ameya goes second, and Abhinandan goes third. And then we'll take answers. Let's do this swiftly. Whatever comes to mind first.
Stress आ रहा है. Stress.
Which card deserves the crown for pure airlines value? Only air miles value.
Axis Magnus Burgundy.
Magnus Burgundy.
For someone who wants to maximize every rupee spent, which card comes out on top for earning and earning alone?
Air India signature card.
Absolutely.
इतना तो मैं सीख गया हूँ अभी.
BizBlack.
BizBlack. Who wins on the affiliate / multiplier game, which is Travel Edge, which is Smart Buy, iShop. So who wins the portal / multiplier game this year? iShop.
Magnus Burgundy.
Travel Edge.
No
And
gift
grab
vouchers
deals.
for you.
So
No
Axis
gift
for
vouchers
you,
for you.
That's okay.
Axis for you, ICICI for you.
Access.
Axis.
जिसके पास ICICI नहीं है ना इसलिए।
If user experience matters most, which is app support, card control, app quality.
हो
who
गया ना
wins?
सर Amex I swinged my vote already. Now I can't change it.
Sure. I also confer.
Swing.
Amex.
Amex.
Amex. Concierge and luxury perks. Which card really delivers on service and exclusivity?
कोई है ही नहीं यार कोई कार्ड ही नहीं है।
नहीं दो है. Amex है versus Times Black.
टाइम्स ब्लैक तो हमारी लिस्ट में ही नहीं था but ठीक है
हमारी
चलो।
लिस्ट में नहीं है, but it's
टाइम्स
a
ब्लैक
possibility.
I would say टाइम्स ब्लैक।
Amex.
टाइम्स ब्लैक।
Times Black. I
क्या है 10,000 रुपए वाउचर चाहिए नहीं चाहिए मेरे को ताज का वाउचर यार अभी मतलब आई वांट दैट चॉपर ब्लेड चॉपर मेरे को एयरपोर्ट से
Oh really? You don't like?
Absolutely. Not.
आई एम
So for you, it's like risk is too high because of one
Yeah,
road.
helicopters are fundamentally risky.
Yeah.
I want to go from airport to ECT and then get stuck from ECT to bank coming back to the city. That's my dream.
ठीक है. When you balance annual fee against
इनका बाकी है ना
real world
इनका बाकी
benefits.
था वो क्वेश्चन।
Oh, I said Amex.
Amex, he said.
अच्छा हो गया लग्जरी कार्ड
We finished. When you balance annual fee against real world benefits, which card wins?
BizBlack.
I think EPM.
BizBlack.
Okay, a lot of BizBlack fans in the house. Let's lock in our scores. Who's the overall winner in the great super premium card of the country for 2025? Super premium card, vote.
You arrived at the answer.
Magnus Burgundy.
Magnus.
Unanimous! Nikhil will do an animation here. Magnus Burgundy, one king ka crown.
अभी
all of that.
हजारों कमेंट आएगा बोले तुम्हारे वैसे डी वैल्यू हो गया का।
Let's not hope that happens. Okay, cool. Now I want to do another rapid fire rounds where we'll do the good, the bad, the hilarious. So again, same format, but फटाफट answers दो, ठीक है? Most overhyped super premium card this year.
ओवरहाइप सुपर प्रीमियम कार्ड यार सर ये थोड़ा सा प्रिपरेशन का टाइम।
ये चीटिंग है.
ओवरहाइप
फटाफट
Amex
बोलो.
फ्लैट चार्ज।
EPM.
Times Black.
Best value for money card, not necessarily the fanciest. Value for money card.
एटलस।
Infinia.
Atlas.
The Oscar entry, most exclusive card to get approved for today.
Centurion.
Infinia, Centurion.
Infinia.
Primus कोई भी नहीं बोल रहा है.
प्राइमस है क्या जिंदा है क्या?
पता नहीं लेकिन
डॉन की तरह कोई 7 मुल्कों की पुलिस उसको ढूंढ रही है।
Launch तो हो. Launch तो.
लॉन्च हो गया उसके बाद मिला.
Truly exclusive.
Best card for reward multipliers.
I show.
Magnus Burgundy.
Smart buy.
Magnus Burgundy. अच्छा for travel.
कार्ड में Infinia।
And grab deals.
And grab.
कार्ड तो Infinia हुआ।
Oh,
You can choose a card which you don't have. Like it's absolutely fine.
okay. I think Access only.
Axis. Magnus Burgundy. Most likely to get devalued by 2026. Predict the heartbreak.
Magnus Burgundy.
Yeah.
यार तुम बोलते हो सच हो जाता है यार मत बोलो यार तुम ये चेंज करो यार
Magnus Burgundy.
भाई
Too good to be true. Magnus Burgundy.
अगर if this really happens no you know who to blame please
100%.
go and catch this gentleman by the collar okay same prediction
Yeah.
okay
I think EPM, right? Like how with Times Black.
EPM will get revalued. It will not get devalued.
चलो
Okay.
I finally like you now sir
Adil
हाथ
is
मिलाओ इस
happy
बात पे हाँ.
Adil is happy.
Best first super premium card for newbies what should be a newbie's first super premium card
Among the lot that is HSBC Premier.
HSBC Premier अच्छा
I think if you're able to get it, Infinia.
Yeah, if you're able to get it, like I was trying to put a framework कि शायद नहीं मिलेगा, but yeah, fair point.
Atlas counts or it doesn't?
Atlas I would
No,
say
it's not super premium.
Oh, not sure. Yeah, then I think Magnus, right? If you're looking
Magnus
for,
Burgundy.
if you're trying for super premium and then you have a
But
use case, then
a good question here is like as much as I know, HSBC Premier का criteria is 3 lakh salary. That's why I said HSBC Premier. Like, what about the other cards? Does have any card?
Infinia is 5 lakhs 5 lakhs now
So that's what Premier makes more logical sense because it's 3 lakh entry barrier. So
All right, that's that. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us for this epic episode today, which was India's most iconic super premium credit card. Big thanks everyone for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed that battle for supremacy and the showdown between India's most iconic super premium credit card. If you enjoyed the show, please like, subscribe, and then follow us across Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Castbox, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. We're trying to be there on your social media network of choice. With that, this is Adil on behalf of Ameya, Dhimant, and Abhinandan saying, have a great evening, good night. Thank you, everyone.
Also, please tell us your vote for the worst customer service which we couldn't award to the right bank. So बताइए कौन सा है आपके comments में.
With that, thank you, everyone. See you.
Flashing bright, we're on the go. Tune in now, there's so much to know. Earning bits, travel dreams we sow. All aboard the great Indian points and miles show. 0 to hero in the blink of an eye. Fly first class, no need to be shy. Redemption sweet, touching the sky. Award seats booked, let's give it a try. Award seats booked, let the points flow. It's all aboard the great Indian points and miles show. Unlocking journeys wherever you go. The sky's the limit, feel the travel mojo. Hidden treasures in every flight. Nights in places that feel so right. From deserts to the city lights. Get set, steal those dazzling sights. Miles stack up each passing day. Rewards come back in a million ways. In this game you want to play the great adventure, yay! Award seats booked, let the points flow. It's all aboard the great Indian points and miles show. Unlocking journeys wherever you go. The sky's the limit, feel the travel mojo.